Hello, it is Thursday, March 27th, 2025. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Thursday crossword, which means we're going to be solving what could be a bit of a tricky puzzle with an interesting theme. And this potentially tricky but interesting edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Michael, Lakehouse Bros, and, as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the indefinable Charlie Paget. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support, keeping this channel going day by day and sustaining this series. I'm very grateful to them for that. Thanks to them. Thanks to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to do so, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link. You'll find the bonus videos for patrons there, and also for benefactors like those I've just mentioned, the official mug, the Let's Check the Crosses official mug. Thanks again to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. And thank you if you subscribe on YouTube, which is also a big help. It does really help spread the channel. And finally, there's that Daily Solve Discord chat server, a nice friendly chat community linked in the description field. All right, let's get on to today's crossword by Brad Lively, yet another debut. That's the third or fourth just within the last week or so, I think. And it's a Thursday puzzle, so it'll have some kind of interesting or intricate theme. And it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. Let's start solving. The House of Mouse, that's a name often applied to Disney. Let's see. Lumbar supports, something for your back, probably? Don't know what that is. Result of some cord cutting informally. I don't know. Does it mean cord cutting in a sort of technological sense, or umbilical cord? Something else? I don't know. Make a point, say. To sharpen or to make a point, to argue a point? I don't know. Man on wire, question mark. Not sure about this either. Right, okay, I'm not getting very far. Long Island Sound, e.g. The body of water, I don't know. Affirmative reply to sprechen Sie English? I guess the affirmative reply would be in English. I mean, in German, it would be, you could say ja, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Yes, I do, I guess. I mean, it's funny that we have a clue that is half written in German, but we have to answer in English, because to answer in the affirmative, you might reply in English. So yeah, you could say, yes, I do. So that might be the answer. Let's see. If. Expressions of contempt. Sneers, maybe? Does that help with this? Lumbar supports. Oh, discs? Like spinal column discs? I don't know. I'm not sure that's right. If. In case, if that happens, in case that happens, that could be it. Let's try this. Result of some cord. Oh, it is umbilical cord. So yeah, you have an innie belly button as opposed to an outie, depending on, how much of the umbilical cord is left, I guess. Make a point, say. Scene? What is this? Make a point, say. I don't know for some reason. Man on wire. Oh, this doesn't look very likely. Neither does this. Okay. Oh, maybe an estuary. Long Island Sound could be an example of an estuary. Okay, so sneers is wrong. Oh, snort, to snort at something could be an expression of contempt. Okay, so that's probably right. So to make a point, to say, oh, score in a game, that's a version of making a point that didn't occur to me. Okay, so to grok something, to see it, to kind of grasp it. I think that's from Stranger in a Strange Land, the novel, I think is where that comes from. Event in a tent. Wait. No, I was going to say circus, but that would be this. Sprechen Sie English? I guess you could say yes, sir. Circuses? No. Man on wire. Narc, right. So someone outfitted with a listening device, a wire in that sense, could be a narc, a narcotics officer, maybe going undercover. Okay, so I'm not sure what's going on over here. Figure for the prosecution for short. ADA, maybe Assistant District Attorney. That could be it. So this does look like yes, I do, doesn't it? So is this circuits? Event in a tent. Maybe there's something theme-related going on. I mean, the obvious answer here is simply circus. So there must be something else going on thematically. Water source. A dam? It's not really a source of water, is it? Not sure. What about this? Nincompoop. An ass, maybe? Circuits? I mean, I don't know what other word could fit here other than circuits. So maybe the event in a tent is a circus and then it needs to be removed for some thematic reason. Let's look at this. Water source. Oh, a tap. Yes, tap water. That makes sense. So provide a brief glimpse. Drop in? That's not really providing the glimpse. Propose? I don't know. Blank player. That's too vague. Okay, let's look up here. One-time talk show whose studio audience was known as the Dog Pound, familiarly. Oh, Arsenio. He had kind of like a whooping thing that he would do. Maybe that's related to that. This was sort of before my time. Test for a future Ed.D. So this is a doctorate in education, presumably. GRE? I'm actually not sure. Passing remark. Grade C? You've passed with a C? I don't think that's right. Mac platform renamed in 2016. I know what it is. It's OS X, which was the former name of the operating system that I think is now just called Mac OS. I think that's right. So let's look at this. More than just flirting. Sexting, maybe? More explicit than flirting. So what about this then? Test for future. Oh, yeah, it probably is GRE. Okay. So passing remark. Oh, go fish. Is that in the game Go Fish? Someone asks, do you have any, boy, I haven't played that since absolutely ages, but I think it's something like, do you have any threes? And then if you don't, you say, go fish, and they pass? I don't know. I think that might be the answer, though. Request made through a downstairs intercom. Oh, no, it isn't. It's not that, sorry. Because request made through a downstairs intercom would be let me in. So what is this? Passing remark. Go left? I don't know. Publication with the 1997 headline, Supreme Court Rules, with The Onion. I think I've actually seen that headline before in The Onion, a classic satirical publication. Now available once again in print form, although I think only via home delivery, whereas you used to actually be able to get The Onion as a printed newspaper for free on the street from those free newspaper sort of receptacles. I remember reading it occasionally in that form. Fabled figure in feudal Japan. Fabled figure. Who's the fabled figure? Not sure. Passing remark. Oh, go long. Right. You're passing someone. You're throwing them a ball. You're saying go long. It's going to be a long pass. Okay. And here we have go-go boots. Great style of boot. Minty Cuban cocktail. Oh, ellipsis, pass it back. Oh, pass it back. So the it presumably has left this answer and gone into this one back through these black cells. So mojito. Right. And the it has left mojito to make mojo. Okay, so interesting. So we're going to have pairs of clues that, oh, is this a taller grid than usual? Sorry, I've just noticed that. So it's 14 wide. Maybe it's thinner than usual. It's 14 wide. Is it still 15 tall? Let's see. It's 16, right? So it's 14 by 16. I think it's usually 15 by 15. Sorry, I've only just noticed that. But we can see the grid it's slightly elongated in a vertical direction. Interesting. It's still symmetrical it's still rotationally symmetrical. I don't know if that means anything, but as I was thinking about the theme, I kind of was looking at the grid and that occurred to me. Anyway, so we're going to have pairs of these. So we'll have the italicized clues will be the ones that either say pass it back or maybe pass something back, or maybe they'll have some other instruction like, pass it down or something, or bring it up, something like that. And maybe they'll go in different directions. I don't know. We'll find out soon enough. It could all be it back, though. Oh, the ninja is the fabled figure in feudal Japan. Okay. First name on the Supreme Court, Elena Kagan, a Supreme Court justice in the U.S. So to undo, maybe to erase, or not sure. Provide a brief glimpse. Not sure. Let me in. Oh, downstairs intercom. I bet it's let me up. I was thinking I is a weird way to end this, but then so is you, unless it ends with Y-O-U. Provide a, no. Okay, I'm going to delete that entirely for now because I'm not sure which it is. Mythos could be lore, kind of stories passed down. Undo, yeah, it could be erase. Covers for a rainy day. Umbrellas or hoods or something. Oh, here's one of these. Sir Isaac Newton wrote about this. Pass it on. Right. Okay. So this is going in a different direction. So he wrote about gravity, but we're going to remove the it from gravity, pass it on to this answer. So covers for a rainy day. So there will be an extra it in here. And what might that be? I don't know offhand, but it probably ends with an S. Visionary, a seer maybe? Coming Through the Blank, poem misremembered by Holden Caulfield. Okay, that's the character from Catcher in the Rye. Oh, it must be Coming Through the Rye. That must be, yeah, okay. I myself don't quite remember the context of this, but that's obviously, this misremembering is obviously the source of the title of the book. Anyway, some investments for short. IRAs, those have been in the puzzle a fair amount recently. Individual retirement accounts, tax-advantaged retirement accounts in the U.S. One on a sick list. So sick here could mean either if you're quoting someone, you could put sick in brackets to indicate that the error in the quotation was in the original source and not introduced by the quoter, but it could also mean sick, like attack, like a dog attacks. Oh, no, but it's typo. It's the first one. Okay, yes. Okay, so it's the first meaning. Covers for a rainy day. Tarps? Oh, yeah, okay, it's probably tarps because tar pits with the IT in it is also a regular word. So the it has been passed on here. Okay, so this was let me up. Okay, so this needs to end with, yeah, maybe it is you. Provide a brief glimpse. Oh, no, it's not. It's drop trow, right? Okay, so you're providing a glimpse of your briefs. You're lowering your trousers and people can see your underwear. That's what's going on there. Okay, DVD player, that's straightforward enough. Sporty auto roof, a T-top, that's a form of kind of convertible car style where you remove the pieces from the roof. Undo, it does look like a race, doesn't it? And then writing without verse is prose. It's not poetry, it's prose. Give credit, lend money, give credit to somebody. Prefix with body or matter, antibody or antimatter are both words. Hunk of gunk, a glue maybe, or glob I think is more likely. A hunk of something, a glob of it. Gluten-free grain, an oat. Bottom could be one's rear, so anatomically speaking. And then smart sort is I don't know actually. Oh, electronic device from which users take sips. That would be a vape, I guess, e-cigarette. Folded pancake, a crepe. And then Nevada City, that's farther west than Los Angeles. Reno, that kind of thing is always absolutely astonishing. As someone from California, it's incomprehensible for me to imagine. Because California being an actual coastal state and Nevada not being a coastal state, but just because of the way I suppose we sort of orient our maps and because of the way that it's projected from the globe to a two-dimensional map, we just do not perceive Nevada as being further west than Los Angeles. That is bizarre. I'll have to actually look at a globe. Anyway, not an original would be, I don't know. What about this? Smart sort. Britain? It looks like the word Britain would go in here. So, right, it's got the IT, so a brain. You could call someone a smart sort, a brain. Okay, so then this will have the it. Yes, pass it back. One signing a guest book, pass it back, a visitor. And we've removed the IT from that. We've removed the it, so we're left with visor. Pizzazz could be vim, like vim and vigor, energy. Cartoon series about a super robot. That does not ring a bell for me. What about this? Can't talk, eating. Nom nom. No, I don't know what this is. Pattern based on nature informally. Camouflage. So you sort of blend into the flora of the surrounding area. Like a doormat, say. Tread on? A doormat is tread upon? Could be it. No, that doesn't look good with this, does it? Okay, maybe not. Move over. Scoot, maybe? You want someone to make room for you? So if something's not an original. Print? No, I don't know what's going on with this. Okay, let's keep going. Sun on Sevilla. What is sun in Spanish? Of soul. That's obvious. I should have gotten that instantly. Okay, cartoon series about a super robot. Still don't know what this is. I wonder if I'll recognize it. I don't know. Guess we'll find out eventually. East Lansing School. Well, Lansing is in Michigan. So Michigan State University, maybe? That would be my guess. Let's try it and see. So what is this? Oh, maybe it is nom nom, but it's nom nom, nom nom. And I should have observed that the brackets mean, they usually mean this will be vocalized sounds that you'd express with your mouth, but not verbal. It's not actual words. So nom nom. It's probably the first time this has appeared in the crossword. Someone can maybe let me know if that's the case. So what's this then? Not an original print. Oh, it's a print like of a painting or something. That's probably what it is. That'll be right. Okay, so to move over, it is scoot over. That was all fine. Okay, good. So like a doormat, say. So this is not trod on. It's too easy. If a person lets themselves be walked all over, they're too soft or something like that. Like a doormat, say. I don't know. Comedian Wyatt. Oh, Wyatt Cenac is an American comedian. I think that's how you spell his name. What about this? Do you remember the blank, Mr. Frodo? Sam Gamgee. Oh, the Shire. That's where the hobbits lived. So that's probably it. From the Lord of the Rings. Okay. What some toothpastes do, pass it on. They whiten. So we take out the IT and we're left with when, which is obviously a word. So something not obvious is subtle. Can we put an IT in there? Subital? Citable? No, okay. I don't think that's right. So we'll come back to it. Sign of terrible service. No bars on your phone. Maybe it is subtle. Oh no. No. Oh no. Subtitle. I didn't think about that. Okay, I just had to just actually start typing things in and see what worked. Great. Okay, good. Subtitle. Sorry about that, but we got there. So what's the cartoon series about a super robot? Volt. I mean, that makes sense with electricity, but it doesn't ring any bells for me. All right, we'll keep going. Tour de France stage. Etage. So I think what we're doing here is maybe the terminology étage is widely used in English with respect to the Tour de France, but at least the way I got there was just taking Tour de France as being a language indicator. So we're just using that to indicate the French language, and then in French, stage, or at least one meaning of stage, is étage. So I think that's what we're doing there. So migratory fish, an eel. Is that right? Creepy, yeah, it probably is, because creepy looks can be leers. You leer at someone, you look at them creepily. Respected figure, an elder of a particular group or society. So pay-to-play business is add something? Not sure. I wonder if we have any more its. I'm just going to look at these. No, we don't. Okay. Video game navigation aid, a mini map. There we go. You might have a little inset map in the corner of the screen. Son of the Dragon in a medieval Romanian sobriquet. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I'm interested, but I don't know. At the movies with Ebert and Roger Ebert and I mean there was Gene Siskel, but who was he replaced by? I don't remember. Roper. Is this wrong? Oh, it's a top. Sorry, not étage, a top. Sorry about that. I misremembered that French word. Okay, good. I'm glad that I caught that here. That's dangerous actually, because this is a proper noun. I could have just let that. If I didn't remember this name, I wouldn't have caught that mistake. Okay, so there we go. So drink with a domed lid, perhaps an icy, a blended ice drink. Comes with those big domed lids with a big hole for a straw. So cartoon series about a super robot. Oh, Voltron, I guess. That must be. I've never actually seen Voltron, but it's sort of, it's in the culture. It's that robot that I think, is it I think Voltron's one of the ones where it's constructed of several people. I could be wrong about that. But anyway, I think that's right. Pay-to-play business, an arcade, right? Okay, so like a video game arcade or a fairground arcade. And then expressions of contempt are sneers, right? I think that's what I had up here originally. Expressions of contempt. There we go. So we have snorts and sneers, which I misspelled. There we go. Okay, good. So we're almost done. Like a doormat, say too nice. That's what it is. You're too nice, people walk all over you. Disarmament concerns, for short, are WMDs, weapons of mass destruction. Reflexology setting. A spa. Presumably reflexology is something to do with spa or some kind of physical therapy. Feature of some outdoor obstacle courses. A map? No. We've just put mini-map in. That won't be the case, will it? Stout, for one. That's an example of an ale type of beer. And Son of the Dragon, Dracula. Oh, right, okay. There we go. Obviously from which Bram Stoker took that name for his novel. And then feature of some outdoor obstacle courses. Oh, mud, maybe. And then to leave the country is to secede. Right, okay. So, there we go. That was the Thursday crossword. There we go with our slightly elongated grid. And our, how many of this? Four? Is it a four-part theme, I think? We had two instances of passing it back and two of passing it on. So the Minty Cuban cocktail, we've passed it back from Mojito. So Mojo passes this. It's from circus to circuits. We have gravy. Sir Isaac Newton wrote about gravity. The it gets passed on to tarps to make tar pits. One signing a guest book. We've passed it back from visitor to make visor, which then turns brain into Britain. And finally, what some toothpastes do, we've passed it on from whiten to make when, which also transforms subtle into subtitle. And there we go. That was the Thursday crossword. I think it was a bit of a tricky one and a fun theme. And I wonder why it was sized this way. I guess probably the phrases that the constructor found, it just ended up being easier to put into the grid this way. And as is often the case with themes, with an elegantly constructed theme, they are symmetrically disposed. So in fact, in every case, we have the word whose it has been removed is this shorter four-letter word, and they, or no, not necessarily four-letter, but it's the shorter of the two words, and they're symmetrically disposed. So visor in the same rotational position as gravy, mojo in the same rotational position as when, and likewise with their paired answers. So there we go, a nice, elegantly constructed Thursday theme with a bit of word modification, and that's that. I'll be back tomorrow for the Friday puzzle. We won't be doing anything like this tomorrow. We'll just solve clues in presumably a 15 by 15 grid. So join me for that, but until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Thursday. Take care.